even colored the figures with a dark stain to make them just look like the Shiloh church folk. I'll see to it for sure, Shug, Columbus says. I'm hoping this play practice won't last too long. I got some last-minute Christmasing to do back over the house, he said, darting his eyes toward Tansy, a sly smile stretching across his face. I heard that, Charlie, Columbus Williams, Tansy said. If that Christmasing being from me, it best better be getting finished up. I'm expecting something mighty fine this year, she said. As I was saying, Shug, I got me some finishing up to do, Columbus said. Laughter filled the church like the gifts that would weigh down the stockings hanging from the congregation's fireboards. What with Tansy and Columbus having been married for near 50 years and still as loving toward one another as newlyweds, Royce walked in amid the laughter, carrying the straw he had promised Big Shug. Royce, glad to see you here, Holcomb said. Leave that straw out here for a few minutes and help with these lanterns. Big Shug's just now cleaning up the figures for the manger. Hold them ladders steady, Royce, and I'll fill them up, Columbus said. Holcomb, you light them and put them in the windows. Put one up there with Big Shug so she can finish up the manger scene. Columbus nodded toward the windowsills. I'll light them and set them out of the way. Then we'll get the women folk to put them where they're wanting them, Holcomb said. The three men jostled a bit until Columbus said, Hold it where I can get to it, Royce. I'm not getting any younger and my back no stronger. They continued filling their assembly line of filling and lighting the lanterns. That's 5 with 5 more to go, Royce said, putting his hands on his back to stretch. Seeing that Columbus at almost 70 was getting tired, Royce said, You want me to finish them up, Columbus? No, just push that one closer, Columbus said, and you know what's going to happen. Watch out, Columbus, Royce shouted. The oil can dropped from Columbus's hand, rolled toward the already lit lanterns. Columbus reached for the can, but in haste knocked one of them over. As soon as it tipped, the glass cracked, and fire spilled out like water. Yellow and red flames devoured the straw, but their hunger not satisfied until they jumped the garland around the door. The garland and the door were soon fodder for the flames. All the extra limbs and pine cones piled in the aisle, waiting to be hung as decorations, fueled the fire as it consumed the back pews. The dainty little church was engulfed before our eyes. Lord of mercy, get everybody out of the church, Holcomb shouted. Royce, you and Columbus go around the back, make sure there's no one left inside. I'll check the well. Everybody in the church started fleeing out the front door. Tansy, you hold on to Augustus' hand. Augustus mentioned up there too. Big Shug shouted, I'll go find Sweets. I was running up to Big Shug. I'll help you find Sweets, I said. She was up at the front sweeping, Tansy said. Annie Grace, you go now and follow Tansy and Augusta out. I'll find Sweets. Go now before it's too late. Big Shug was a dark cloud as she turned back to the church. I wanted to stay and look for Sweets, but I knew Big Shug meant what she said. I grabbed Augusta's hand and started for the door, praying all the way. Sweets, you hear me, child? You just keep saying Mama and I'll find you. Don't be scared, baby girl. Mama will find you. I could hear Big Shug calling as I made it out the door. As soon as I was outside, I let go of Augusta's hand and turned right around and went back in the back door of the church. Mama, Mama, I'm up at front. I'm scared, Mama, Sweets called out, but it sounded barely above a whisper. Smoke started to swirl and fill all the space in the church. It was so thick we couldn't see past the burning back pews. Big Shug, I said, I'm standing at the back door. Follow my voice back here, and when you get to Sweets. Big Shug said, oh, that was her. See, these I haven't changed. I haven't done the changes. I heard Big Shug counting down the pews and the rows she knew so well from all them Saturday polishings. 7, 8, 9. Her voice grew further and further away. It seemed an eternity before I heard Big Shug call out. I found her. My prayers were answered. Hurry, Sweets, Big Shug, she said. The building's burning down. Hold on to me and I'll count the pews to the back door. No way getting out the front. Heat's too strong for sure. Put my dusting rag over your mouth, baby. Annie Grace, you call out loud and strong through the smoke, Big Shug called. I obliged in earnest. I called until they appeared before me. Never had a joyous sight been reached my eyes as when I saw their singed forms floating out the black, sooty smoke. Sweet Jesus, Big Shug cried. You okay, child? She ran her eyes and her hands over Sweet, making sure she was all there in one piece. Mama, Sweets answered. My eyes and throat are burning. I can't see how to get around, she stammered, tears and flowing rivers down her face. Can you walk, child? Big Shug asked. Are you burned any place? I'm not burned, Mom. I just can't see. It's all, I heard Sweet's answer. I've never been so happy when Big Shug grabbed my hand on the steps outside the front door. Air fresher than I'd ever breathed filled my lungs. Never been so scared, Big Shug said. Auntie Grace, you've done a fine job helping out. Her smile was as gracious as any I'd ever seen. I saw Tansy coming toward us, Rossi too. Is everybody out safe? Nobody burned? Tansy asked when she reached us, breathless and worried. Praise the Lord, Tansy. Everybody's here and okay except in Holcomb. He's done gone and lost his eyebrows and a few of his curly locks. But he's okay, Royce said. The meeting house is near gone. Standing in that wagon, this is what Teresa likes. Standing in that wagon watching the church burn was like watching a saint wing its way to glory. Swirling smoke rose like souls that had their last words spoken over them in front of the altar. Wagons and trucks appeared after seeing the fire and them knowing what was burning. Wagons and trucks filled with both white and black colored skins. I reckon there ain't no different colors of tragedy. I reckon, too, God smiles down on peoples when they're acting right and caring for each other, no matter what circumstances abound. Macedonia and Shiloh churches sitting about a fourth of a mile across the field from each other, praying to the same one on Sundays. Shiloh folk took to saying that we were so close we could save our voices and let the Macedonians say our amens. The Macedonians said they could set their watches by the invitation song the Shiloh choir offered up. Anyways, both churches were represented that night, standing under a star-filled sky, watching a heartbreaking sight 2 days before Christmas.